Good morning, firsties. Happy Tuesday, March 31st, our last day of the month and our second day of learning this week. Let's jump in and see what your 6 tasks are today. You should be done with your handwriting book. And if you're not, parents, if you are still working your way through that, if you needed more time, feel free to continue that task and just set the page that I've made to the side. If you are done with that, firsties, I've given you pages now where we will really focus on our strokes being done well, our words looking neat and beautiful. And today I actually put extra big spaces in there just so that you get in the habit of putting spaces between your words. When you're really writing, your spaces won't be as large as I've made them here, but I wanted you to start paying attention to how far apart you put your words. So here are your sentences today, and you will write them right underneath. So this is just a copying activity. Today is the last day of March. After 31 days, it's time to say goodbye. Here comes April. So you will notice a capital to start each letter. Okay? You will notice punctuation at the end of each sentence. And you will notice that I have made all of my words roughly the same distance apart. Okay? So you need to nicely put your name on here and beautifully copy this. We've started to work on smaller lines, but we still want to make sure that we're being really thoughtful about our letters, each and every one. And that's job 1. Job 2 is your spelling words again. Same as it's been, since we're at home and we don't have a buddy necessarily. I want you either practicing 3 times on a piece of paper or with 3 different people in your house. And remember, those words are jump, made, long, saw, and then your ooh words, goose, zoo, cartoon, and balloon. That is your second job. Your third job, we are really focusing on ooh this week, okay? But O can make another sound. And this is where you need to make sure you're ready to twist that vowel. We've talked about it with I, like it can say I or I. We've gotten good at twisting that. Now we need to see O and see that it has 2 sounds as well. So you have this page where your name will go at the top. You have O for ooh, and then you have O for like a book, okay? You have just 8 words today. You need to cut these words apart and then decide which side they get glued on. So I'm gonna start with this one over here. I-E can say I or E. We'll try E this time, okay? So let's try our ooh sound first. K-oo-k-e, kooky. Well, we do say that for silly, but that's not it. Let's try the other sound. Cookie, cookie. So if this is like a book, I will cut out the word cookie and glue it on this side. Then you can draw a little cookie on the side if you want, okay? Let's go to the next one. Spoon, spoon. That's the ooh sound like moon. So I'm going to glue that over here and draw my best spoon. So you should end up with 4 words on each side if you've done it correctly, okay? Always start with the ooh sound and switch to the sound. You'll start to notice those certain word families like book, look, shook. So when you see okay, you're going to know that most of the time it will say all right? 4 words on each side. That is your third job. Your fourth job today is reading. I hope that those books are going well. Parents, I will be in touch later today about a way for you to access online books for your children that they can be reading during this time. All right, so those are your 4 literacy jobs, and then you have 2 math jobs. The first one, you will need that money that you got yesterday. Now remember, maybe you raided your piggy bank and you were using that, and if not, you had some paper money like I have here. Okay, so this is called grab a handful. If we were in class, we'd be grabbing a handful of real money, sorting it out and counting it. Today, if you can't do that, you can just grab a handful, and since you're firsties, you could probably grab 5 or 6 coins at a time. So if I would just look away and I'd grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I would sort them. So I have only 1 dime. Oh, no, there's another. So I have 2 dimes. I have 2 nickels. And I have 2 pennies. So I would get a piece of paper, divide that into fourths, and then you're going to do this just 4 quick times to practice counting that money. Remember, if your child was ready for quarters, they can throw the quarters in there as well and start working on that pattern. 25, 50, 75, $1, which is 100. Okay, so if I had 2 dimes, this is what I would draw on my paper. I would divide it in fourths so that you can do this activity 4 times. First is, remember, if you're cruising and want extra practice, go ahead and do more. So we put them in order from largest to smallest, and then we count 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32. And then you would write your answer, 32 cents, or the proper way, which is the $, $0.32. If you are starting to count with quarters and you end up over $1, you need to start writing this way. So that if you get $1, let's just pretend I had 4 quarters in there too, I would have $1.32. Okay? So there is your first task in math. Let's do that just 4 times unless you're ready for more. Your second task, you should have a page that looks like this. All right, now if we were in class, I have this big old bucket, you might remember it from last year, and it's full of Easter eggs. And remember, we have eggs because inside of an egg is usually new life. So at Easter, we remember the new life that Christ gave us when he rose from the dead, and these are a sign of that, a symbol of that. So we have the eggs for new life. They also used to always poke holes in these eggs and blow out the egg yolk and the white, so they'd be empty. And then that empty egg would remind them of the empty tomb. We can still see when we get eggs, they're usually empty, but not these math eggs. All right, so if you were in class, you would pull out 2 eggs and you would open them up to see the numbers inside. So this one would be 59 plus whatever's in my blue egg, 53. So I would add those 2 numbers up. You don't have these eggs, so you're going to make your own. So you have this page, which means you need to choose 18 different 2-digit numbers. And I don't want these to be simple numbers. Don't pick all teen numbers, okay? Boring, boring. You want to pick numbers that will challenge yourself. So maybe my first one is going to be 81, 42, 63, 94, 75, 76, 27, 58, and 39. So I've just got a bunch of random 2-digit numbers, and then you can fill out these with a new set of random digit numbers, 2-digit numbers. So you should in all have 18 2-digit numbers. And then you can get out your crayons and decorate those Easter eggs as beautifully as you'd want and cut them out. Now parents, if you get to it today, what you are going to do is put those face down, grab 2 of them, and you're going to stack them up and add them. So let's just do a quick example, just in case you get there. My guess is that between writing the numbers, decorating the eggs beautifully, and cutting them out to save them for tomorrow and the next day, that will be enough for today. So if today is just number writing and cutting, that's great. If you are like, well, we don't want to jump into addition, you could always have your kiddo pick a couple of eggs and order them from least to greatest as another activity, okay? If you want. If you just do coloring today, totally fine. All right, so let's just pretend that I grabbed 42 plus 27. I would stack them up on my piece of paper. And then just like we practiced, we add our ones first. 7 plus 2 is 9, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So your answer would be 69. That's if you want. Again, parents, if you get the numbers written with no dizzies, you get those eggs colored beautifully and cut out and ready for the next few days, that's great. You can practice ordering numbers if you wish. They could even put all 18 of their eggs in order from smallest to greatest, which might take them a little while. All right, recap your 6 jobs and then you're set to go. Job 1, that handwriting page, if you're done with your book, writing about the end of March. Job 2, practice those spelling words 3 times. Job 3, your OO page, twisting from the oo sound to the sound. Job 4 is reading. Job 5 is counting some groups of coins. And job 6 is getting your Easter eggs ready for tomorrow. All right, that is it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. I love you. God bless you. Goodbye.